Man, you know what's crazy about Vicious J? One word describes him: determination. Some people, they just born with an extra gear. They come out the womb running 100 miles an hour. They get locked in no matter what's going on. That's Vicious J. Coming from Texas, coming from some of the darkest parts of the world, nothing in his life has been easy. Nothing in his life has been absent of pain, struggle, heartache, betrayal. But in his life, the light is his daughter. The light is his music. The light is his dreams, and also his sister, who her words are always in his ear every single day. Vicious J, he really defines the term dream chaser. But more importantly, Vicious J embodies the whole energy and spirit of manifestation. House of Hits, radio pushers, Vinny and Surge, Vicious J tells his story. Lock in, people. Salute to you, Vicious J. Let's get it, King.
People, right now, we're live inside the House of His studios. I call it the 10th wonder of the world because when Vinny Del Leon and Serge, his brother, had this idea, they were in an apartment in Miami, right? They had this idea about taking sound and magnifying it and making it into something totally different. They wanted to create the first recording experience ever. When you walk through these doors, you look at those plaques, you walk down the hallway, when you smell greatness. Very few places you can smell greatness. Madison Square Garden, Boston Garden, Taj Mahal, all these great buildings that you walk through. And you feel that. This podcast, which is powered by Hype Fresh Magazine, shout out to Janelle and the whole team, 99.7 The Heat Miami on iHeartRadio. This whole experience was about highlighting, magnifying people that were future game changers, could be future icons, people that were really taking it up to the next level. I'm honored and super honored today to be speaking with a brother I've been knowing now for 2 years. I mean, represent Texas to the fullest, but he also represents what it's like to run a business, work a regular job, be a great father, and be an inspiration to his daughter. And I'm honored, super honored to be speaking with Vicious J inside the House of His studio. Vicious J, welcome to the House of His, my brother.
Man, appreciate you, Jay. Nice to meet you, man.
Hey,
nice to meet you.
Finally, right?
Been here.
You know how to give that Diddy intro, right?
Hey, most definitely.
I want to tap right into it. Your sister died, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
When that happened, we'll get to the music in a second. Tell me, what was your thought process as you were leaving the funeral?
Man, my whole thought process when I was leaving the funeral was that I lost my baby sister, like my best friend. Mm-hmm. You know, when I started doing music, she was really the only one who really believed in what I was doing, mm-hmm. and told me I'd be great at anything that I was doing outside of football. I played football my whole life. Yeah. But leaving the funeral, man, I was just thinking about how me, my sister, my oldest sister, and my mom was gonna take care of her little girls. Mm-hmm. You know, because now they was stuck without no mom and no dad. So they only had their grandma, their auntie, and their uncle to depend on, mm-hmm. you know. And at the same time, I had my daughter. She was nothing but 2 years old, who my baby sister gave her the nickname Sunshine. Mm. And it just like, when I lost my sister that day, I just seen her, her soul just roll over to my daughter, because my daughter was her sunshine. And every time I look at my daughter, I see my baby sister.
There you go.
Because she act just like her. And like everything in perspective of life that my daughter's doing, I just seen my baby sister do. Mm-hmm. But it wasn't, I was sad, but I had to be strong for my mom, my sisters.
Sure.
And my nieces, you know. But I knew that day when I walked out the funeral that my angel was still looking down on me, and she still ride with me today, you know. And that's how I put so much emotion in my music, through my baby sister, you know. So
nothing but respect. Let me ask you this: The reason why I ask that question is because a lot of times tragedy runs opposite with people. They take it, they experience tragedy, and then they become tragic.
Right.
You know, Frederick Douglass said, famous, world-renowned first slave to teach yourself how to read. He said, "With tragedy breeds inspiration." It seems like to me, from just knowing you for about 2 years,
Right.
that's always been an angel that you've carried with you. I can hear it in the music. I write about you exclusively,
Yes.
so I can see it. So I feel that with you. At this point, was that part of the fuel in your jet of destiny?
Most definitely. A big few. A lot. A lot.
Yeah, because, you know, fuel is like you got this huge tank.
Yes.
And part of it could be this fuel, the part of it could be that fuel, personal, because you want to be a rapper or whatever.
Right.
But to me, it just seems like you wanted to have some sort of legacy beyond a 9 to 5 to capture that essence with your sister.
Most definitely. It was time for me to apply pressure. That's why I made pressure. And that's why I represent true legacy, because my baby sister always told me, man, no matter what you do, I would be true to yourself.
Right.
And that's what I'm going to do. 10
Ironically,
toes
that
down.
makes sense. Yeah, for sure.
10 toes down.
Let me ask you this. When people, this Vicious J right now, we live inside the House of Hits, Hype Fresh Magazine, 99.7 The Heat Miami. Shout out to Vinny and Serge, Dorian on the ones and twos. Let me ask you this. You are at a pivotal point in your career. Do you have a plan B? Or do you feel like True Legacy Entertainment LLC, Vicious J the artist, we going jets, you know, we going all jets out. We going 400 miles an hour in that Boeing, and we going to hit that destination. The reason why I say that is because we could talk about the music, we could talk about pressure, we could talk about the GOAT, we could talk about all that. But
Right.
the cool thing about our platform, I want people to hear what you fear, but hear what you're not afraid of at the same time.
Right.
So to me, do you have a plan B, or there is no plan B?
It ain't no plan B.
Okay. Talk on it.
There is no plan B, because the way I move, once I put my all in everything, I'm going to go 100% in it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I hear a lot about having a plan B. Why have a plan B when you're going to stick to plan A and make sure plan A happens? I put in hard work with this, you know, because it's not about the music. I'm a brand. I'm going to make sure I brand my stuff right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I got a whole legacy to leave for my daughter. You know, True legacy is a plan A. That's all it is. You know? Plan B, man. My mom didn't raise me to have no plan B. Just same way I stuck with football. I needed a plan B to come to this music, but I'm not gonna make sure. I'm gonna make sure that I don't need no plan B after this.
Let me ask you this. I just want you to be honest, because I was watching 50 on Breakfast Club, and he said, and Charlamagne asked him, "Man, you weren't afraid of nothing?" He said, "Nah, that's just stupid, because you gotta acknowledge danger. If you don't acknowledge danger, you just acknowledging that it doesn't exist, and you make yourself a big of a target. You have to create your own 401k. You got to create the momentum. Social media department, radio department, all these different things. What is the advantage that you feel you have in this game with the Vicious J brand? Like what is it about you? What is your je ne sais quoi? What is your competitive advantage you feel like that can say, I know that can take it there. I know we can get here?
My advantage is that it's my mindset, the way I do things.
Okay.
You know, I don't feel like nothing's ever too hard for me to do, because if I don't understand something, don't know how to do something, I'm gonna go back, do my research, do my homework.
You do that.
Get a good understanding of what's going on and what I need to do. Because, like I said, man, I'm all in on everything that I want to do, because it's in my soul. That's my passion. Once I put my passion to something, man, I'm gonna make sure that it follow through with it.
A lot of artists are afraid to evolve. Evolution, you should heard in the master class on our podcast, The Marathon Life. Evolution is the ability to see beyond your pride.
Right.
And to see that to see your vulnerabilities. A lot of people can't see their vulnerabilities. It's like they look in the mirror. If you want to lose weight, you look in the mirror, you look at the same stomach, the same flabby arms, the same this, and you do nothing about it. You don't want to evolve.
Right.
Then when you meet somebody who did evolve, you get inspired by them. Do you feel like you're inspiring people with your music and with your brand?
Yes.
Do you really feel that way?
I really do.
Good.
Things that I know, I really do. A lot of people inbox, DM me, text me, let me know, hey man.
Yeah.
My music is like I make it for the people, man. Like based off where I came from, born and raised, and yeah, I most definitely believe so.
The reason why I ask you that question is because I always ask people ask me all the time, where do you pull inspiration from to write? When you're writing about people, where do you pull it from? How does it arrive on paper? People always ask me that. How do you write about me? You didn't even call me or speak to me.
Right.
And I always say that I was born to write. I was reading Ernest Hemingway when I was in second grade. I was writing about stuff that kids wouldn't think about. When kids were shooting basketball, I was writing. Even though I could play ball well, writing connected with me. To my mind, I transfigured and understood things differently. It was always a different pattern for me. I wanna ask you this. 2023 is here. This year is over. What does Vicious J have to do in 2023 differently than 2022 in order to make your dream more of a reality? What do you feel?
I feel like I have to evolve more, work out, get myself together in order to move in the direction where I want to move with my music, my brand, and everything. I feel like I have to step it up a whole notch. I got to really turn up the volume in 2023 because of the people that believe in me.
Right.
And I refuse to get left behind, and it's not about Vicious. It's not about Vicious because I have too many people depending on me and want to see me succeed, and that's the fuel that builds me up.
Yeah.
To keep going.
The reason I say it, and I want to conclude it like this, I had a mentor. He took me to a very expensive part of San Francisco. San Francisco is one of the most expensive places to live. And he was like, hey, order what you want. Hey, he's a billionaire. Sit down. He's this and that. I was like, what's up? He said, look around. I said, okay. He said, this what you want? You think you deserve to be here? I said, yeah, of course. I have this, I have that. Why do you feel you need to be here? He said, are you willing? Are you afraid of losing this feeling, losing this moment? And I said, yeah, I see what you're saying. The reason why I ask you that is because everything you do, whatever's motivated by, whatever's driving you, Vicious, you have to be afraid of that so it can propel you forward. Because when fear is behind you, then you move.
Right.
The financial investment, the time, the getting up early, having a schedule, who you associate with. There's nobody in Puffy's phone that's not calling him saying, hey, I can help you. Think about that.
Right.
Because he wouldn't be where he is if he was in the phone saying, if everybody was in the phone was saying, can I borrow money? So the first thing he did was say, take everybody out your phone who can't help you. Besides family and friends, they're just a friend. But if they're this, so surround. So I say this to you, I'm proud of you. I've seen you evolve in ways that I didn't think you were going to do it that fast. But one thing about you that you have that you can't learn, you have to be born with. You have an extreme amount of humility.
Right.
And the Bible said those who humble themselves shall be exalted. The reason why great things are happening for you, better things rather happening for you, is because you are that. Stay humble, stay focused. Welcome to the house of hits, my brother. And I want you to know that the marking of a real, true champion is refining their weaknesses. Remember that.
Understood.
Welcome to the house of hits. Vicious J, Vicious J on all streaming platforms. And your Instagram is what?
I am Vicious J. IAMVICIOUS J.
All right, man. Well, you, Ozzy, West Will, that way. That room, that booth.
Big pressure.
Let's get it.